Alright, so here's the house that we purchased at foreclosure auction. We picked it up for $35,000. Obviously it needs a ton of work, but I'm going to walk you through how this clearly distressed property will become a 10 to 20% predictable return producing property in a portfolio. So there's several things that I noticed immediately when we evaluated the property at auction, some good and some negative. The good about this house is two things on the exterior. One, the roof's in great condition. We don't need to replace it. Cosmetically, it may not be something that a new homeowner would want, and so if I was going to flip this property, I might consider putting a new roof on. But for a cash flow property, it's in great shape, and there's easily still another 20 years of life left on that roof. The windows, another positive. At some point, the original windows that were put into this house in the 1950s, 60s were single pane aluminum frame. These are dual pane vinyl, and they're going to be great for insulation. They're going to keep the utilities low for tenants. As far as the things that we need to address, primarily cosmetic. The structure of the home's in great shape. We need new siding. We need to paint all of the trim and the fascia. But as we address those cosmetic issues that are clearly visible, it's going to create an environment that's appealing to a tenant and that somebody's going to want to rent and move into. So let's go ahead and move into the living room. And we do have a lot of wind today, so it's a little bit louder here. Let's move into the living room and talk more about this house and what we're going to do to it. Okay, so we're in the living room. And the one underlying current that you're going to want to really think about when you're talking about cash flow properties is you want to make decisions based on, obviously, maintaining the integrity of the home, fixing the things that need to be fixed. But the bigger picture is you don't want to overdo the rehab. You don't want to spend money on things that aren't going to increase the amount of rent or are going to cost you a lot of money. So for example, in the living room here, there's carpet. What I like to do on cash flow properties is put a hard laminate wood or like a pergo type flooring down, because whereas carpet may make it 12 to 18 months, a laminate wood floor could easily go several years. As far as the paint goes, I'm going to spend a few $100s on paint. I'm not going to do two-tone. I'm just going to do one-tone, spray it on there. Mini blinds, I'm going to use cheaper blinds. I'm going to upgrade and replace the front door because that's been there 20 or 30 years. But I'm always thinking towards meeting the expectations of the tenant for that neighborhood. And so since this is a middle-class, blue-collar type area, if a prospective tenant walks into this house and there's new paint, new flooring, everything's clean, smells good, it's been upgraded, then they're going to be cool with that. And so it's important that you think of the differences between a cash flow property and between a flip and make sure that you are not over-rehabbing the home. So we have a dream kitchen that any woman would love. And there's a couple quirks about this kitchen that may jump out at you, and let's talk about them. So the first off, obviously we have a dryer in the kitchen. And you might think there's no way that I would rent a house with a dryer in it. And what I would say to you is there's 2,000 houses in this subdivision, and the majority of them have washer and dryer hookups in the kitchen or in the garage. And so a prospective tenant who's living in this neighborhood is not going to think that's strange, is not going to think that that's out of place. And that's an important thing you need to remember, because you as an investor making decisions on your own in a vacuum based on your experiences are going to, more times than not, are going to cost you money. And so where you might think, man, I'm going to have to, you know, convert the garage and put my own washer and dryer hookups out there, not knowing the market and not having that expertise and not having a team to support you and make decisions, you might spend extra money on that you didn't need to spend. Now, things we do have to address, you can see the kitchen cabinets are metal. They've been in here probably since 1956, and then they tacked on an additional top and bottom cabinets, and the countertop isn't even seamless. So a lot of times we like to keep cabinets. Usually the rule of thumb for a cash flow property is unless it's water damaged, paint them and put new hardware on them. But in this case, because you have 3 different kinds of cabinets going on, they're rusted and really falling apart, we're going to rip them out and replace them completely. And that's going to be $2,500. As far as flooring goes, you have 2 or 3 layers of flooring here. We're going to pick that all up and just put sheet vinyl down. We are going to redo the washer and dryer hookups, but you're going to have stove, washer, dryer, and all brand new kitchen countertops, brand new flooring. You're going to paint it and put a new light fixture in it. And for the market, for the neighborhood, that's going to be better than average, and it's going to be a brand new kitchen and tenants will like it. Okay, so, I mean, obviously I'm going to be taking this duct tape lamp back to my house. But other than that, I mean, that's one of the benefits of buying these kind of cash flow properties. You get these kind of scores. But, so what we have in the back is bathroom on the right and 3 bedrooms. Now the bedrooms are the same kind of rationales we talked about in the living room. Replace the carpet, paint, light fixtures. I'm going to spend $400 to $500 in each of those. Bathroom is really kind of the same rationale that we just discussed in the kitchen. I want to rehab to the market. I want to replace the things that are beat up and hammered and upgrade them. So in this case and on this bathroom, the only thing we're really going to keep is the tub. We're going to put a new surround in, new toilet, new vanity sink and fixture, new light fixtures, new flooring, and paint it. All total, we're going to spend a couple $1,000s upgrading it. Kitchens and bathrooms, you don't want to overspend on. You want, from a cash flow standpoint, you want to rehab to the tenant expectations. And in that case, that's what we're going to want to spend our money on. Same with the bedrooms. Just swap out the carpet, repaint the walls, make sure all the doors are intact and that they work, light fixtures work, and put mini blinds on each of the windows. And so, you know, that's going to, the same rationales you use for living rooms, you use for bedrooms, same rationale you use for kitchens, you use for bathrooms.